But when you say, what does it look like to be a spiritual leader? They're describing things that they already do. Right? It looks like getting the kids ready for church on Sunday. It looks like noticing when Billy and Bobby are fighting with each other and trying to figure out what the root issue is and resolving it. It looks like noticing when, my daughter is sad because she's been being bullied at school and getting involved and talking to the teacher and helping my daughter get into a good friend group. Like, it's just noticing and taking initiative. And these are all things that women are already doing, but we don't have a word for it when women do it.
Right.
But when men do it, we call it spiritual leadership. And it's like, we're not looking for a guy to be our authority. We're just looking for a guy to take initiative, to notice what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And to notice what's important and then jump in with us.
It's attunement.
So glad you said that, Sheila, because this has been coming up a lot. Well, part of how I work as a therapist is I'll say, what does that mean? What does it mean for you to lead your wife spiritually? And sometimes I get a blank stare because it's like, what do you mean? What does it mean? It just means I do this first. And when we get into it, it's like, no, reading your Bible first doesn't make you a spiritual leader. That does that, driving to church, that doesn't make you a spiritual leader. Like, what does this really mean? And it's really hard. I don't know the answer to that, which is why I think we need to ask the question, because it's this phrase that's used, but none of us know what it means. And it means it means so many things to so many different people. And then there's like anxiety because I'm not doing this right, but we don't even know what we're talking about because we haven't been able to name it. And when we really get down to it, I think it ends up being more of that partnership, because we say, well, what did Jesus do? How did Jesus lead us? Well, he talked, right? He talked, he explained, he met people, like he met them where they're at, right? And then people followed. He didn't follow because Jesus says, he was showing them like how to read a scroll, per se. And then they followed him. They were following him for his more than just what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's like who he was.
Well, I think about how often Jesus noticed people, right? Like, he notices Zacchaeus in the tree and he calls him out. He notices the woman who touched him, who was bleeding. He talks about how, was it Nathaniel that he noticed sitting under the tree when he called him? Like, he notices things, and then he gets those people involved. And I think that is what head means. Like, if you look at the Greek for head, it really is more about that initiative. Than it is, it's not authority. There is no connotation of authority in the Greek word for head. It really is more initiative. And so, what men are being called to especially is just to take that initiative, to notice what's going on in my family, to be emotionally involved, just like Jesus was. And that's what actually works, to give you the marriage that you want.